students enter a cave where time runs completely differently in hopes of finding the fountain of youth.
It's passing differently down here than it is on the surface.
What?
Archaeology professor Hopper finds a car with the belongings of long-missing people not far from the Texas caves. The man examines the belongings and walks with his dog to the cave. The figure of a cowboy with a gun is seen in the depths, who does not react in any way, and Hopper goes home. On the way, he calls his student Jackie and tells her that he found the missing car and asks her to pack his camping backpack without telling her buddy Taylor. But pulling up to the house, he sees Taylor. The guy does not intend to let the professor go into the cave alone. Nevertheless, Hopper wants to go alone and goes to the cave. The dog, sensing something, stays at the entrance, and Hopper goes into the depths, passing through the viscous jelly-like transparent wall. 2 days pass. Taylor wakes up Jackie because it is necessary to look for the professor. He does not answer the calls. The girl calls a friend, Kara, whose father has an SUV. But the girl can only go, taking with her younger sister Vivs, who is preparing a school project and videotaping everything that might be interesting. Taylor tells the girl that Hopper was looking for a missing family who went in search of the mythical fountain of youth in the 70s. Vivs remembers that they have to take her buddy Furby with them. After picking up the guy, the company drives out to the right place. The first thing they do is examine the van found by Hopper and are very surprised to realize that the missing family is the professor's parents. Suddenly, Furby trips over a taut rope that leads to the cave entrance, but they discover that the rope has been cut. The group yells, hoping to hear someone, but the cave is quiet. The company prepares to descend, leaving Furby on the surface. They all have an understanding of rock climbing, so they are confident that there will be no difficulties. But soon people notice that the air thickens and changes its composition. Meanwhile, Hopper goes deep into the cave and sees how the figure of a cowboy, which was motionless, suddenly comes to life and hides behind a corner, and then strange wild voices are heard from there. Hopper runs out of the cave and hurries to his car, but for some reason it is evening on the surface, and his car is all overgrown with bushes and won't start. Hopper senses that someone is nearby and begins to look around the area and finds another abandoned car, in which lies Jackie's backpack. The professor realizes that his students didn't listen and went looking for him. The professor returns to the cave. Meanwhile, the group reaches the bottom of the cave. Vivs is looking at footage that would be perfect for her project. But then the girls hear voices coming from the depths of the cave. The group decides to get out and starts climbing, but the rope breaks. Jackie hurts her leg, and Taylor breaks the fingers on her hand. The boy blames it on Furby, but he doesn't answer his radio calls. The girls get more and more scared as it becomes clear that there is someone underground. Suddenly, Furby's distorted voice comes from the walkie-talkie, asking for help. After arguing, the group decides to continue on their way, leaving Jackie to wait for the rescuers. Soon the group finds a way out high up, but for some reason the lights outside are flickering. Kara, with a video camera along the ledges in the wall, makes her way up, but gets very scared of something and asks the guy to take Vivs away. The pair go to where Jackie is left, but she crawls out on her own to meet them. The three of them return to the exit, where Kara, who has already come down, is sobbing. The friends try to get a clear answer from the girl, but not getting one, Taylor climbs upstairs. He has to confess that on the ledge lies the body of the dead Furby, who wanted to come down to them, but someone cut the rope. While the girls are crying, Taylor finds the kid's camera and they watch the last footage he shot. Furby doesn't understand what happened downstairs and why his team isn't responding to calls, and then reports that he goes to look for a suitable place to go to the bathroom and finds another entrance to the cave with a rope going deep into it. He finds a book that tells the legend of a cave where a reservoir of water of eternal youth is hidden. But all the expeditions going to find it were killed by Indians. This is when people notice that it's evening in the Furby video, but they're sure the time has just approached noon. In the next video, it is midnight. He hides in the car and continues to study the notebook he found, from which he learns that Hopper had a sister, and when she got sick, his parents went in search of living water. The next entry is from this morning. Furby realizes that no one knows where they are. After all, they lied about going to a friend's house, and he doesn't even know how to get out of here. The only way out is to climb down Hopper's rope and find his car keys, because Kara's car battery is dead. The boy says goodbye to his mom and goes to the cave. He takes the rope and starts to descend, but suddenly the sky above the cave starts flashing strangely. Furby gets scared, and the next moment the rope breaks, the boy flies down and crashes. Vivs notices the date on the kid's camera, after tomorrow, but after all, they've only been here a couple hours. Jackie becomes hysterical because only Kara has a chance to get out. The girl says goodbye to her friends and starts climbing, asking her sister to wait here for help with the others. The girl gives her her camera, and Taylor gives her the GPS beacon that should go off at the top. Kara climbs up, noticing that the air is changing density again. But once at the top, the girl sees a changed lifeless surface, an impending field storm, and a huge triangular-shaped space station in the sky. The girl goes downstairs and talks about what she has seen. The friends say that Kara was only missing for 2 seconds, although her video camera records about half an hour. The group realizes that they have hit a rip in space. Time passes much more slowly in the cave than on the surface, where hundreds of years have apparently passed. They realize that no one cut the ropes, they just broke off due to aging as the years passed on the surface. And the flicker of light above is the change of day and night. Jackie realizes this is the fountain of youth, for they remain young even though hundreds of years have passed outside. Taylor gathers up all the ropes he can and suggests we get up there. And then he notices Furby's walkie-talkie, because in the video it was hanging from his belt, and now it's broken and discarded. The guys revisit the last video and it becomes clear that the kid was not killed in the fall. He was killed by some creature, and that means that they are also in danger. They decide to try to get to the surface again, and Kara starts climbing. Vivs and Jackie are watching the Furby video, and the girl realizes that the flickering light is not just the change of day and night, it's the change of seasons. They've been in the cave for much longer than that. At that moment, a pipe is lowered into the cave and transformed into a ladder. Kara climbs over to it, but a tall man in a spacesuit descends towards her. Upon reaching the bottom, he stops, peering at the humans, but is suddenly attacked by a caveman, who is instantly put to sleep by the alien. The group, terrified, rushes to escape. In one of the caves, the group finds the bodies of Hopper's young parents, whom the guys recognize from their old photos, and immediately see the caveman next to the cowboy's corpse. A fight ensues in which Taylor is badly injured. The rest of them run back to the upper exit, trying to hide from the savages. After not waiting for Taylor, Kara goes back for him, where they are found by an alien in a spacesuit. He drops the boy into a small pool in the middle of the cave when the cavemen appear and attack. At this time, Taylor regains consciousness and the couple watches as the savages tear off the alien's helmet, underneath which is a normal human face. The girl picks up and holds out to the alien the weapon he lost. He wins, but begins to lose consciousness without the mask. Hearing the screams, the Jackie Vivs come to the cave and see that all the cavemen have fallen asleep under the influence of some unknown apparatus of the alien, who is getting worse. Before he dies, he shows the guys a broadcast that tells of their disappearance and the long search for them, and then footage is shown informing them that the humans have been forced to leave the Earth due to changed natural conditions. Humanity built huge transport ships and colonized other planets. Humans have become an advanced civilization and speak a different language. The young people are scared. Even if they go up, there is nothing of the familiar world waiting for them. Just then, Taylor finds Hopper's backpack and realizes he's somewhere nearby. He picks up the cowboy's gun and goes on a search. He looks at the drawings on the walls and finds a cave girl pouring water over the bodies of her parents and a wounded Hopper pointing at a strange glow. There are many people, conquistadors, Indians, savages, among them Hopper's sister, in the viscous mass in immobility. The professor realized that the whole cave is a system where each layer is slower than the previous one. And then from the depths come the voices of the girls calling Taylor. He tries to take Hopper to the Fountain of Youth, but he asks to leave him the gun and run away. The guy hurries to his friends, who, remembering Taylor's revival, guess that the water in the cave is the water of the Fountain of Youth. They put Furby's body in the water, and Jackie heals his leg. Just then, gunshots are heard from deep inside the cave. It's Hopper trying to protect the students from the savages. The guys run to the upper exit and climb up with the help of a retractable ladder. The exit now looks like an overhead mass of water. Kara reaches it, spider-like arms dragging her outside. The girl fights back. Taylor reaches up to her and tries to pull her back out, but then the gaunt man touches the ladder and it folds up. Taylor falls from the height and Kara is put on a mask with which she can breathe. Tentacle harnesses descend behind the rest of the people, locking them in the air. Just then, Kara emerges from the water in her new costume and yells for everyone to move after her. They rise up while the harnesses that have appeared fly into the depths of the cave. In the final scene, Furby, the professor, the parents, and Hopper's sister are recovering in small pools of water. They are on a space station with Earth visible from the portholes. In the next moment, Taylor and the rest of the friends in jumpsuits walk in and tell the awake people that they have a lot to discuss. And even though everything has changed, they're together. Pretty interesting sci-fi with a very interesting, exciting plot. Put a like and write what you think about it.